Our law school is on the traditional lands of a number of indigenous peoples. It's a tradition in our commencement ceremony to have an honor song to recognize our graduates as they embark on their journeys to create a more just world for all. I'd like to welcome Benji Headswift to perform this year's honor song. Good morning. I'm Paul Kurgis, and I'm the Dean here at the Blewett School of Law at the University of Montana. It is my very great pleasure to welcome you to this Celebrating the Graduating Class of 2020 event. What a year! This is not the way you anticipated you would finish your law school careers, taking classes at home on Zoom, and being home today instead of being in the Denison Theater for our full commencement ceremony. This is not a substitute for that commencement ceremony, and we look forward to bringing you back to campus as soon as circumstances allow for a true commencement. In the meantime, this is an opportunity for us to come together as a community to celebrate your achievement. And it's a chance for you as well to celebrate each other and to thank the family and the friends who have allowed you to accomplish your goals and reach this important milestone in your lives and in your careers. I'd like to start us off today by introducing University of Montana President Seth Bodner.
Hi, everyone. My name is Seth Bodner, and I have the honor of serving as the president of the University of Montana. And I want to offer my heartfelt congratulations to the Alexander Blewett III School of Law Class of 2020. This is a tremendous accomplishment, and our entire university community is deeply proud of you. Now, we all wish so badly that we could be together in person right now to recognize each and every one of you in a formal graduation ceremony this spring. And I look forward to welcoming you all back to campus when conditions permit for an in-person ceremony. But in the meantime, I'm very excited to take part in this virtual celebration today in recognition both of what you have already achieved as well as the significance of the journey that now begins for each of you. For today, you all graduate from law school and you enter a profession, a noble and important profession. In fact, a profession that is absolutely vital to the functioning of our republic. As a former Special Forces officer in the U.S. Army, I served over the course of my career in countries around the world that were racked by violence and instability. And as those countries struggled to achieve stability and work toward a prosperous future, a key goal for each of them was establishing the rule of law. But in this country, the rule of law is something that is perhaps all too easily taken for granted. It is, however, something that is more easily lost than maybe we might think. And in the wake of the COVID-19 pandemic that we're all experiencing right now, and the various challenges, economic, social, and physical, that we're facing right now and are likely to face in the months and years ahead, I'd argue that careful attention to protecting and guarding this important foundation of our country is more important than ever. So you will all go off today in separate directions after you graduate. Some of you will go to law firms, others to government, some to industry, others to the nonprofit sector. But as you do so, you're all departing this institution as members of the profession of law and as guardians of the rule of law that undergirds our country and our way of life. Now, your faculty have prepared you well for this journey and for this duty, and we know that you are up for this important mission. And as you go your separate ways, I also want to remind you that you're all united not just by your profession, but also by the close bonds of the University of Montana family. We're really going to miss you here on campus, but know that you always have a home here. We are proud of you, we are excited for you, and we cannot wait to see the tremendous work that you'll do. So on behalf of the entire University of Montana family, congratulations, class of 2020.
Thank you, President Bodner. And now I would like to welcome former U.S. Senator for the great state of Montana and former U.S. Ambassador to China, Max Baucus.
Max Baucus here. I want to say congratulations, a big, hearty congratulations for all of you. You've been through a tough 3 years. Law school's tough enough, but add to that, taking classes virtually, that's no easy thing. I know that your instructors don't like teaching classes virtually either, and the virtual commencement, but anyway, that's all now something to be proud of. It's behind us, and now we go forward. You are so lucky, frankly, I think, by pursuing the law, because the law is basically the glue that really holds our society together. And we have such an obligation, it's kind of corny, but I believe it very strongly, that when we leave this place, or we leave it in better shape or as good a shape as we found it, and you as lawyers are going to be able to work individually and also collectively to help make this country just great. We've survived a lot in the last 3 decades, and we're going to have a lot of challenges ahead of us, but you are really key to making sure we're very successful going forward.
We have a number of student awards, and we will be announcing those as we introduce the students individually in just a few minutes. Our most important award is the Outstanding Student Award, which is voted on by the student body. To present the Outstanding Student Award, I'd like to welcome Associate Dean of Students, Sally Weaver.
Good morning, and congratulations to the class of 2020. This is actually fun. Not as much fun as looking in your eyes, seeing your smiles, and sneaking a hug whenever I can get away with it. Those days will come again soon. Today I have the privilege of announcing the outstanding law student of the class of 2020. Nominated by the 3L class, those who've walked this path with you since the first day you came through our doors. And selected by the 2L class, those who followed you, to whom you extended a helping hand and a strong shoulder. Frankly, I can think of no greater honor. The outstanding law student of 2020 graduated from Montana State University with honors. Will graduate from AB3 with a certificate in alternative dispute resolution and pro bono honors. Speaks 4 languages. Most of us can barely speak one. But most importantly, when she sees a need, she is there. Neglected children needed understanding and protection. She was there, and a powerful CASA advocate was born. The story of her classmates needed to be told with energy and creativity. She was there, and Law School Confidential was born. Criminal law students needed a way to reach beyond our 4 walls into the stories, both compelling and appalling, of our criminal justice system. She was there, and Booking, the Criminal Law Book Club, was born. Survivors of sexual assault needed a safe place to share their stories. She was there, and the Women's Law Caucus Sexual Assault Survivors Project was born. In the words of those who know her best, her classmates, I've watched her uplift others in time of turmoil, sit with students who are struggling, and offer a literal shoulder to cry on. She has volunteered her creative expertise to photograph each member of the class of 2020 in front of their homes, from a safe distance, of course, so that everyone can have a lasting memento of their 3 years at AB3. She is a good friend. From a member of the faculty, she is engaged, humble, inclusive, thoughtful, and continuously challenging of herself. I will miss her dropping by my office with her ever-growing list of ways to improve the law school, the experience of law students, society, and yes, on occasion, myself. I know that she will use her law degree to bring greater justice to marginalized communities. In her own words, you had to walk fast. In my mind's eye, I pictured my shoe soles rocking. From the moment my heel touched the ground to garner all the explosive power I could muster. Walk faster. This was the 45-pound pack test I had to pass to become a wildland firefighter. I earned a place on that wildland crew. The work was physically and mentally exhausting and dirty. At the end of the day, you could find our crew neti potting the soot from our nasal passages. I was a lady clad in Nomex. That word sent me to Uncle Google, who took my responsibilities seriously and worked hard. Talk about a trial by fire. I suspect it's not the path most of us would choose to law school. It certainly was not mine, but it taught her about hard work, being part of a team, doing your best even when your best didn't seem good enough. Sounds like law school, right? Last year, by the way, I noted, with respect to the outstanding student of 2019, that being a woman wilderness firefighter was not the path many of us would choose to law school. Apparently, I was dead wrong. Women from wilderness fire crews receiving the Outstanding Student of the Year award 2 years in a row. Is that so Montana or what? Writer, photographer, observer of life, teller of stories, social justice warrior. It's in her DNA. And she wears really great shoes. We're expecting great things from you, Brittany Mata, the outstanding student of the class of 2020. Congratulations.
And now the most important part of this celebration, the chance to meet our graduating students individually. We've asked each of the students to give us a photo, a video, a quote, a memory, something meaningful to them, and we've compiled those in alphabetical order. So let's hear from the graduates of 2020.
One, two, three.
Thank you, Professor Weaver, for always being so supportive, for bringing us cupcakes, and for taking care of your little chickadees.
Thank you, Linda, for being our law mom, and thank you, Maria, for being our registration guru.
2020. We are so proud of what you've accomplished over the last 3 years and especially during the last few weeks. It has been a joy to watch you learn and grow into confident lawyers.
We wish you the best as you begin the next part of your journey, preparing for the bar exam. We look forward to seeing many of you in July. If you're in the area during your studies, we hope to see you for a quick hello.
We'd love to give you a big hug in person, but since we can't do that, we were going to give you a virtual one. From our hearts to yours. Take care.
Stay well.
And good luck.
Congratulations.
In our intro program at the very beginning of every law student's careers, I welcome the students to the Blewett School of Law, and I have a line that I use in that session. I don't know whether you remember this from the fall of 2017. Seems like an awfully long time ago, doesn't it? I say, here you sit on your first day of law school, and if someone were to ask you a tricky question about the intersection of the Free Exercise Clause of the First Amendment and the Establishment Clause of the First Amendment, you would have to say, I don't know. But 3 years from now, if someone asks you that same tricky question about the intersection of the Free Exercise Clause and the Establishment Clause, you'll be able to say with absolute confidence, it depends. Well, that seems like a phrase of the day, doesn't it? What happens next in our lives, in our world, in our society? It depends. But what I can say for sure is that whatever happens next, you're prepared. You're ready for this next stage in your lives. You're ready for your careers as lawyers. You can do this. We believe in you. We are proud of you, and we celebrate you, the graduates of 2020. Congratulations.